your desire to change has got to be greater than the desire to stay the same, right? Because a lot of times we are so complacent. A lot of times we are so in our feelings. We are so in what we're doing, right? We stay the same. Anonymous, your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. Your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. Then we become stagnant, we become complacent, we become just there, right? We're just there. There's no growth, there's no change, there's no, progress, right? A lot of us, we get so comfortable staying the same, being in the same place, not changing, not doing anything, right? And we tend to stay the same. We tend to just continue to just be there. And I understand it, like I do. But the thing is, your desire to change, it's got to be greater than the desire to stay the same. That's the only way that you are going to grow. That's the only way that you are going to go from where you are right now to the next level, right? It's the only way that you're going to be able to go and do something amazing and start being amazing and start doing great things and start living your purpose, living the destiny, living out and chasing your dreams and reaching the destiny that God has destined for you, right? See, that's the important part. But see, your desire has to be greater to change. Your desire for change has to be greater than your desire to stay the same. And see, the thing is, a lot of us, we don't want to admit it, but our desire to stay the same, that's the thing that keeps us where we are. Because you know what? We may not want to admit it. We don't want to accept it. We don't want to own up to it, but that's true. Our desire to stay the same is outweighing the desire to change. Because when you have a desire to change, you will start to go out of your comfort zone. You'll start to break out of your mold a little bit and start trying to do something, right? You will try to break that mold. You'll try to be better. You'll try to be different. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. Think about that. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live, right? Because in our life, in your life, in my life, a lot of our issues comes from Joanne Wolfgang. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. Trust, right? Sometimes we don't trust other people. Sometimes we don't trust certain things. Sometimes we just don't have trust, right? Because of our past relationships, or just the past has broken that trust, maybe kind of, made that trust a little cloudy, where you're just like, it just ain't clear to you, right? But the thing is, once you could trust yourself, then you'll truly know how to live. And see, the reason I'm talking about trust with other people is because that all stems from, do you trust yourself as well? Or do you not trust yourself, right? Are you do you have certain temptations and know what, you trust yourself that you'll be strong enough to resist those? Or do you know yourself a little bit better than you think you probably do, and you're like, know what? I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna mess up. See, that's the problem. Like for a lot of people, you don't trust yourself enough to know that you're going to overcome these little obstacles that are coming your way. You think that when you fail, you think that when you are presented with temptation, when you're presented with a situation, you're going to fail. You're going to fall right on your face. You don't have enough trust in yourself that you are going to do amazing things, that you're going to be able to overcome it, that you're going to be able to be proud of yourself because you did not fall to defeat. Right? You did the amazing thing. You did the best thing. You did the good thing. You did what you were destined to do. See, and that's the thing about it, is we need to start to learn how to trust ourselves before we can start trusting others. And that's the important part, trust. Trust is big. Gotta learn how to trust yourself before you could truly live, man. The great use for life is to have something, to make something, to create something, to do something that will outlast it, right? It's leaving a legacy, right? It's leaving a legacy. William James. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. Or creating a legacy, something that will outlast your lifetime, that will outlast your life, outlast your kid's life, right? See, that's the thing. A lot of us, we ain't thinking about leaving legacies. We're just worried about the momentary life that we have on this earth, and that's all we care about. We don't care about when we're gone. We don't care about other things when it comes to any of that. We're so focused on, man, what do I do when everything's gone, right? You don't think about how your family's gonna be, the ones after you. You're just worried about what you were doing in this life, in this short time span. But you ain't thinking about the bigger picture. You are not thinking about the bigger picture. You're not here. You're not trying or putting the effort in leaving a legacy, something that will outlast your life. See, that's a big thing. A lot of us, we ain't thinking about that. We ain't thinking about legacy. We ain't thinking about leaving a legacy, creating a legacy. None of that. And that's the thing. A lot of us aren't creating a legacy. And that's the one thing that we need to do. We need to focus on legacy. That should be the word of the week, the word of the year, the word that holds close to your heart. Legacy. What are you leaving behind that will outlast you and your lifetime? That will be there for your kids, for your kids' kids. Where's that legacy? And are you creating it? There's no greater agony than bearing an old, untold story that's inside of you. That's something that maybe you went through your life, a trauma, something. Maya Angelou, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. You've held it in. No one knows about this story. You haven't told nobody. You don't trust nobody. You're holding it in, and it's killing you inside. Slowly, it's just killing you inside, right? There's no greater agony than burying an untold story that's deep inside. That's deep inside. Come on. We all have that story. And know what? See, like I was talking on the last 2 episodes, I was talking about vulnerability, right? I was talking about being vulnerable, being able to wear your heart on your sleeve, to bear it all, to tell it all, to show what you're feeling, right? Like I said, a lot of us, we ain't ready for that. We don't know how to be vulnerable. We don't know how to share our feelings. We don't know how to let people in. See, and that's the issue that a lot of us are facing, and that's an issue that a lot of us will always continue to face unless we learn how to be vulnerable. And I know some of y'all probably don't want to hear it. Some of y'all probably don't want to talk about being vulnerable or vulnerability because it's scary. Believe me, I know it's scary. I know it's scary. Why? Because you know what? It scares me too. Like I said, when you see my videos, when you see the things that I do, it's not me trying to put up a facade. I'm not trying to act like somebody I'm not. I am merely just being me. I am continuing to be me. I'm continuing to do what I gotta do. But I'm gonna show you that I'm just like every single one of you because I am. Sure, I work a regular job. I'm trying to start up multiple streams of income. I'm trying to do all these different things. So don't think that I'm better than you. None of you probably think I'm better than you. Believe me, I'm not. And I know y'all know I'm not. But vulnerability is where it starts. See, now this one's a super powerful one. When you can't remember why you're hurt, that's when you are healed, right? Jane Fonda. When you can't remember why you're hurt, that's when you're healed. When you can't remember why you're hurt, that's when you're healed. And we hear the saying, time heals all wounds. I also believe that repentance does, but the thing is, still time is going to take a factor in it, right? Because there's going to be times, just like that whole agony thing, we are going to be in pain. We're going to be hurt. We are going to have trauma. But eventually, when you can't remember why you're hurt, that's when you're healed, right? Because then you can't really exactly remember why you're hurt. All you know is, something, hurt me, something traumatized me, something is holding me back, something is putting a damper on my life, something is crippling me, right? See, I say crippling a lot because this is what stuff does. This is what this stuff does. Think about it like this. You got to work on yourself. You got to trust yourself. You got to work on it. You got to start being more vulnerable. All these different things, all these little factors, all these things play a role into really just helping you along the way. Just helping you along the way. And you know what? This is the powerful part. This is the powerful part. Come on. You got to get through. You got to get through. You got to keep pushing on. You got to get past that pain. Get past that pain, and know what? One day, you're going to be healed from it. Is it going to be completely gone? No, it will still be in the back of your mind. But know what? You will start to learn how to heal from that. And know what? I promise you, it's going to be so amazing. It's going to be so powerful. And without further ado, I hope that this message, I hope that this podcast, I hope that all this really impacts you in some type of way. And until next time, and know what? Before I get to that, please subscribe too. Until next time, salute.